thought it was a spider. Yeah, mate, I thought that was a spider. It's not, it's a fly. Oh, hi guys, my name is you. Oh, shit. Cut! Hi guys, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please do subscribe. Today is Wednesday. The sun is out. It's shining. And I'm keeping hold of my money. Thank you very much. Right, so just now my mum Jennifer called me. I went over to the phone. I answered the phone, and no joke, my mum answered the phone like this. So it sounded like someone was gasping for breath. So after about 30 seconds, my mum then began to speak after heavy breathing down the phone. I said, "Are you all right, Mum?" She said, "Yes, I'm going back to bed." She said, "I'm going back to bed for a few days." I said, "Why is that?" She said, "So I can get more mobile." So she can get more mobile, which means she's having trouble standing and walking on her feet. Jennifer is. Prior to this call, I felt fine. I had no problem with my mobility, and I didn't have any problem with my breathing, and I felt quite well. So we'll see what happens throughout the day after listening to what my mum's just said. So my mum has deliveries from Ocado, which is Marks and Spencer's. You know, the purple and grey bags, Marks and Spencer's. So she said to me, "I can't get slots." You can't get slots? No, I can't get slots. It's the coronation. There's no slots available. I said, "Can't Charlotte drive you to the spa shop?" She said, "No, Charlotte's not coming up to see me this week." She didn't say why, but she can't. I said, "Okay." She said, "I've got food in the flat to last like a week. I can't drive, I haven't got a car, and I've got the same problems as my mother." So I said, "Okay." She said, "I'll try and sort something out." I said, "What about Sue next door? She's got a car, and Sue normally goes and gets things for my mum. She'll get shopping, or she'll get some charity shop items. And Sue and Barry come to Rochester. They live in Chatham, but they shop in Rochester sometimes, because my mum's had stuff from the Demeltzer charity shop. And Sue, as you well know, a time ago, came to my front door with my washing that I'd left round my mum's. So Sue has buzzed on my buzzer, and she called me Janesta. She didn't say Janestra, she said Janester. And she gave me my bag of washing. So Sue's been to my front door. So Sue knows where Jennifer lives, and she knows where I live. And Sue told my mum that there was stalls and things on at Rochester Castle over the weekend, and there is. And Rochester Castle from me is 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes away, because I went to the Sweeps Festival, didn't I? I saw all the stalls, I saw the fun fair, I bought that cocaine hat. So, and I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid, because it's done to upset me. People thinking I'm indoors with no food and no money. I'm not going to be able to go out to the coronation or see it on the screen. I'm not going to be able to go to the fairs, but I've saved some money. I, Crystal, have saved some money. Not a lot, but it's enough. I won't buy food at these places, because the grease and the oil that the food is fried in upsets my stomach, and I've got allergies. So I'm not going to eat things or drink loads of things. So again, it's people making out I've got no money, I've got nothing in, I'm not going to be able to enjoy myself, etc., etc. You don't need money to enjoy yourself. You don't. You can take a couple of sandwiches, some bags of crisps, sit on the grass and watch the coronation. You don't have to have loads of money, and a lot of the time the money is wasted. You get home, you realise what you've bought is a load of rubbish, and you could have used that money for something else, right? I did say I was going to give money to homeless people when I went out to the sweeps down the road, but I actually didn't see any. I didn't see any homeless people to give £1 to. So, you know, I'm a kind, nice person, and I'm not greedy. I spent 3 hours, Max. I spent 3 hours at the Sweeps Festival making sure I wanted to buy things. Instead of picking it up and buying it, I actually circled around the stores about 3 or 4 times before I actually bought something. I've been there once, I've done it. Right. There is a party in the park on Sunday here in Rochester Riverside. There's a party in the park. But people are short of money, they are short of cash. When the Queen's Jubilee was up at the Rochester Riverside, and I went there with my son, there was free food, there was free ice creams, and there was free entertainment. Now, you've got to bring your own food. A picnic, bring your own stuff. And I will, if I want to go, I will do that. It depends if I want to do that or not. So my mum says, oh, why don't you go and do that? And I'll do what I want to do. I will get up on the day and do what I want to do and feel like what I want to do. I've got to take Max out for a walk anyway on the day of the coronation, on Sunday and the Monday. I've got to go out anyway when people are off work and school. Remember that the kids are off school for 6 weeks in July and August, and I've lived here for nearly 3 years, and I've done all this before. So she rang on the phone. She says she can't get slots because I had my Tesco delivery last week, and I'm not due to have another one till next Thursday. So I've got mineral water, I've got food. I went out to the co-op yesterday. We have a co-op on the doorstep. It's right on the doorstep. It's on the doorstep. If my mum wanted food that badly, I can get her some food and bring it up. But I can't drive. I'd have to get a bus or a taxi. She's that desperate for food. But when I went up to my mum's last time, she's got 3 or 4 packets of cakes. She's got stuff stacked on the table. She's got local shops. And last time I went to see my mum, she was like gadding about, walking about, going outside the front door, speaking to people. Like it was I don't know what's going on, but when you're an adult, you know, you leave your parents and you're supposed to be able to like live your own life. She said she'd call me again this afternoon. When I put the phone down, there was a DPD driver outside. I'm expecting a delivery myself today, not of food, just something from Amazon. I'm expecting deliveries. I look after myself now. When I used to get given money, I used to blow the whole lot. But I haven't done so this time. I went out yesterday to the co-op to get my dinner. I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. A doctor's appointment that I had to wait a month for. a month to go and see a doctor. It sounds like it's a coloured man. A man. I can't pronounce the doctor's name. I can't pronounce it. So I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. Me Crystal hat. Appointment reminder. Dr. Reginald Anasiadu. And remember that my father, Derek, worked at Brompton Barracks in Gillingham, and one of his work colleagues was called Reg with dark black hair, and he rode a motorbike, Reg did. So one of my dad's work colleagues was called Reg, and he rode a motorbike, and he had dark black hair. So I know who Reg is. I actually met Reg in Ordnance Street with my father Derek when he was taking me into the newsagents to get some food to take me back to Lansdowne Court Flats. So I met Reg. I met most of Dad's work colleagues. There was a Mick Playfoot. There was, oh God, a great big tall Irish bloke that I wrote in the diary. Dad used to pick him up from Brompton Barracks, drop him off at the Pentagon Centre, and he started singing in the van in Dad's car next to him. Dad used to give this bloke a lift. Steve Hills. Dad used to pick up Steve Hills from Brompton Barracks, drop him off at the Pentagon Centre, and I wrote about it in my diary in 2008 and 9. His bad singing. I met somebody else, Paul Gaffin, I think it was. Paul Gaffin, big large guy with glasses. Jennifer didn't. I was his daughter, and Dad took me to his workplace and introduced me to all his work colleagues. And Stephen Hills used to have all the page 3 girls newspapers with all the tits hanging out. Irish bloke. They were nice, they were friendly to me, and yeah. And Gary Fuchs, of course, who had dark hair and big ears like Prince Charles. Gary Fuchs. And some people used to fuck up and say, call him Gary Fucks. Yeah, they used to laugh and say Gary Fucks instead of Gary Fuchs. But no, my mum never met all these work colleagues. I did when I first came down. Dad introduced me to them. He said, he just said these are the people I work with. Dad went through it. Dad went through strange people doing silly things in the workplace, because he told me. So when I first came down in 2008, Derek didn't take his wife to Brompton Barracks and introduce his wife to his colleagues. He introduced me, his daughter, to his colleagues. My mum wouldn't go, and my dad used to worry about me eating and tell me at lunchtime to go and get some chips and wait for him to come out of work, and he'd give me some money to go and get some chips to eat. So I'm fine. I'm remembering good times and bad times, and I will take things as they come. So if I want to go out, I might sneak out for half an hour and see what's going on. But I do suffer from chronic pain, and I've got disabilities, and the lift is still broken. So if I wasn't mobile, like my mother's saying she's not mobile, she wouldn't be able to get down the stairs, would she, and out the front door, because the lift in this building is still broken. about to have the cleaners come in the building, and the disinfectants and the cleaning fluid fucks your sinuses. It's so strong, it makes you feel faint, the smell of the cleaning fluid. And before my mum's phone call, I was going to go out before the cleaners came in the building, so I don't feel dizzy and faint outside. But never mind. I'm going to finish off my coffee and I'll see you all later. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1937, the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction was awarded to Margaret Mitchell for her novel Gone with the Wind. And unlike her character, Rhett Butler, I bet Miss Mitchell frankly did give a damn.
Oh, we mustn't forget that Paul Burrell, Diana's butler, is in the jungle, South Africa. And I watched that last night with Carol Vorderman and Fatima Whitbread. And Fatima Whitbread called Carol Vorderman and herself two old biddies. Two old biddies. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
Bear in mind, what Kathy didn't do, of course, was conduct all the negotiations over the phone. She did say you can write to me, and they did say they'd put it all right. But then the money was in, I get it, the money was in your account the next day. But what you never, ever do, ever, is give your banking details over the phone. For the love of God, never give them your location, not location, what's called sort code and account number. Kathy, I'm glad it worked out for you. Please don't think I was being confrontational. I'm just trying to stop someone else. Do like Kathy says. Send me a letter. And then, of course, the money's in there. Mark's in North... Thank you, Kathy. Mark's in North London. It's not his real name. Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm all right. What happened to you, sport?
My son's buying a place. The conveyancing solicitor he's been speaking to for the whole time. I've been communicating with him. One day he got an email from the same person. Every dot, every letter, capital, not capital, was exactly the same. So it looked like he came from the conveyancing solicitor. Said, we're ready to go ahead with your purchase. Please send us the deposit.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he sent them the deposit. The next day, just making sure you've received my deposit. What deposit? What are you talking about? We don't have anything.
Oh, love of God. How much?
14 grand.
Is it lost?
No, it's not lost because the bank, on this occasion, they said it was such a superbly done scam that there was no way that we could have known, and we did everything right. We did do everything right. I even sent them the money through the app of the bank, spoke with the bank personally as I sent it. So the bank was actually on the phone with me as I sent it.
Oh, God.
I won't mention the bank's name, even though I want to give them credit because they were fantastic.
Why don't you want to tell me the name if they were so good?
I didn't think we went to...
No. It's if you would say that the bank manager is corrupt because then my colleague has to spend all afternoon trying to speak to them. No, if they were behaved well. Which bank was it, Mark?
It was Barclays, and they were fantastic. They were absolutely amazing.
Your lad's all right now?
Yeah, but he for 2 weeks, he was on the point of absolute despair, like you can't even imagine, because completely ruined his life.
Oh, well, credit to that bank for coming through, eh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great story. Okay, so the key there is... And did you say it was all capital letters, though? That was
no, the reason I wanted to tell you this story is because I don't know how we could have foiled it. The email was exactly letter for letter, dot for dot, capital for capital, small letter for small letter. Exactly the same as the emails we've been receiving.
The level that went into that. Hey, credit to the bank. Mark, I'm glad that had a happy ending. Give my your lad my best wishes. We'll stay with money. The report out today that shows that London and the surrounding area will lose nearly £500 million when ULEZ comes in. It's from a London mayor. So does it have support from the London Labour mayor? I said support. Does it have support from the Labour Party? Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves. I did ask her, do you support ULEZ expansion?
Well, look, I'm a Leeds MP, and we don't have that up here. We don't have those sorts of congestion charges in the city where I represent. So look, I'm not across all the ins and outs.
How hard is it? We'll return to that after this. 9:30, Breakfast with Enoch Ferrari on LBC. The news, Thomas Watts.
Ministers say the King's coronation will involve one of the most important security operations the UK has ever seen. It follows a precautionary controlled explosion and demands arrest outside Buckingham Palace last night. Banks will be allowed to delay suspect payments as part of government plans to crack down on scams. There'll also be a new way to report fraud online and efforts to block fraudulent text messages and their source. The Shadow Chancellor Rachel Reeves has defended Labour's decision to drop its commitment to abolish university tuition fees. She's told Nick the government's handling of the economy is to blame for the policy shift. LBC weather, dry with sunny spells for most areas, cloud and rain across Scotland, a high of 18 Celsius.
This is LBC. Want to get more done?
Right, guys, I am going to go now. See you later.